So you want to be an insurance agent. What is exactly the best line of insurance to sell? Is it P&C? Is it life? Is it financial planning? Is it securities? Is it Medicare? Is it health? Let's jump into it.
This video is sponsored by none other than Lead Heroes, you guys. Lead Heroes has got you covered when it comes to telemarketed leads and virtual staffing. On the lead side, whether it be Medicare supplement leads, final expense leads, turning 65 leads, they just got something for everybody. They can also actually have you plug in with one of their virtual staff members on the staffing side to where you can pay by the hour for one of their trained and very well vetted staff members to help you out in your business in a virtual assistant format. Just because you watch this video, they're going to give you 10% off any order you make on their website. Link to the site can be found down in the description, so go ahead and check them out.
So, we're going to talk about exactly which line of insurance I believe is the best line of insurance to sell and which policy, which client is going to have the highest lifetime value of the particular customer and why, in my opinion, I think it's the best line of insurance to sell. Not to say that any line of insurance is not good to sell. I think if you're incredibly good and proficient at what you do, you can be highly successful selling any type of line of insurance, okay? So I'm not necessarily saying that this is the end-all, be-all, but if anything else, I think this video is going to explain why I believe selling Medicare, is there any surprise, right, is the best line of insurance to get into to sell and opposed to other different types, okay? So now, I'm not going to kind of go in at this from a standpoint to where I'm trying to disparage any other line of insurance. I think there's tremendous opportunity all around the industry, okay? So I think if you're selling P&C, there's a tremendous amount of opportunity selling P&C. People literally, by law, have to have car insurance. People, by law, have to have homeowners insurance, okay? So that is a great opportunity, right? Anytime someone is forced to buy your product or service makes it pretty easy to sell it, right? And I think, comparing it to some others, right? Life insurance. Everybody's afraid of dying. Everybody's afraid of leaving their family members with nothing, right? I mean, I have life insurance. If you're watching this, if you don't have life insurance, you probably should. It's incredibly valuable. It's a great investment. Not to say that I really think life insurance is that tangible of an investment per se. I wouldn't put my money into life insurance just from the standpoint of it's an investment, like a vehicle. I just think that's complete crap. But I think it's a good thing to protect your family in the event of you dying or, anything like that, right? So, especially if you're the breadwinner. So, for me, I have $1 million of life insurance on myself to protect my family, which probably isn't enough. I probably need to get another policy or maybe get a bigger one or whatever the case might be. Life insurance, incredibly valuable, right? Health insurance, ACA, right? Incredibly valuable. Medical bills are enormous. Nowadays with ACA, the subsidies are absolutely mind-blowing how substantial that they are from the standpoint of being able to, get a subsidy and you can make 80 grand a year, 90 grand a year. That was never the case anymore. And there's all these people getting $0 premiums or very, $20, $30, $40, $50 a month premiums and having very good insurance on the Affordable Health Care Act. And ACA is such an easy sell. It has such little compliance. But to me, I'm going to talk about why I would value a Medicare client over any other, okay? So with Medicare, let's kind of dissect this a little bit. And just for the sake of example, to me, I'm going to look at it from the lens of Medicare Advantage. Let's just use that for example. Not to say that Medicare supplements aren't good. I love Medicare supplement, but let's face it, the trends are facing towards Medicare Advantage. The trends are looking towards the viewpoint of Medicare Advantage right now, so that's what we're going to talk about. So in 2023, the commission, the standardized Medicare Advantage street-level commission for Medicare Advantage is $601 for a new-to-Medicare sale and $301 for the renewal, which is mind-blowing because when I got into this business, my friends, the new to Medicare Advantage commission was $425. My second year is $408, and then my third year went back up to $425. So the fact that we are seeing it go into the 600s, now of course, in some states like New Jersey and California, it's even more than that, right? But for the majority of states, this is kind of what you're looking at across the board. So the fact that it's so high is so mind-blowing to me, okay? So the way that Medicare Advantage plans work is when you write a new to Medicare sale, no matter when the effective date is in the year, for this portion right here, for new to Medicare sales, for the 601, you're going to get that new to Medicare sale, right? It's going to be pop, It's going to hit your bank account, right? Once it's been verified by CMS that it's new to Medicare, okay? So 601, that's substantial, right? You write 10 of those a month, that's $6,000 in upfront commission. Who says that there's no money in Medicare, right? Medicare is mind-blowing. Now, if you write a replacement, let's say you have someone that qualifies for a special enrollment period, you got a dual income person, a Medicare, Medicaid individual, Medi-Medi as we like to call them, right? If they're written in the middle of the year, it's going to be prorated and advanced to you for the rest of the year with a majority of carriers, right? But if you write it during AEP, it starts the first of the year, that's what you get. You get the entire 12 months, okay? And then in the second year, you're going to get this 301, because this is the renewal, broken down monthly. When you break that down monthly, it equivalates to about $25.08 a month per member, my friends. My freaking goodness, okay? So let's paint a picture. $25.08, okay? What you're looking at here is 301. And 301 is, let's say this come in AEP, right? October 15th. I write an app, right? And I write an app on Sally. Sally starts January 1st of 2023. I'm going to get this at street level commission. And that pays me for the entire year of 2023. That's an advance for the entire year. In January of the following year, I'm going to get the renewal every month, $25.08 a month as an independent street level agent, okay? So what you have here is you get 100 members on the books like that are paying out renewals. 100, that's $2,500 a month in renewals, right? I mean, in the second year of the plan, of course. That is big, big money, okay? So I'm going to talk about ACA in a second, because I know some people are thinking, well, with ACA, you can make $25, $30 a month in some states with some carriers, right? I'm going to talk about this. I love ACA, by the way. I'm not trying to pick on ACA. I'm going to tell you exactly why I like ACA, but I'm going to tell you why I believe I would rather value a Medicare client more, okay? We're going to come back to this, okay? So $25.08 a month. Medicare Advantage is incredibly lucrative. What you have with Medicare Advantage clients and customers, for the most part, is people that are age 65 and older. Okay, so you're dealing with seniors. What do we know about seniors? Okay, so I'm going to talk about this. Do I really want to erase this? Well, we're going to do it anyway. You guys get the point on the comp, right? So what are some characteristics you think about when you think of seniors? I'm going to tell you what I think about, okay? I think set in ways, which isn't bad for you to have a person like that as a customer. Set in your ways. Why does that matter? With Medicare clients, and I'm doing a direct comparison to ACA right now, okay? I have more I want to talk about with ACA in a second, but just kind of answer that question. With Medicare clients, they're set in their ways, meaning they're not going to have dramatic life changes like a younger person is, okay? They're not going to all of a sudden move to another state and not tell you. They're not, going to be in between jobs for 3 or 4 months and then get a new job, and then all of a sudden they have work insurance, their income changes, and they don't qualify for their subsidy, they get on their work insurance, right? Now, some seniors are, but the majority of them probably not. They're either getting close to retirement or they are already retired, okay? So usually they're going to be set in their ways, which to me means they are stationary. If I'm spelling that right, I'm going to be super embarrassed if I'm not. Stationary. They're going to be retired or close, and you're not going to have as much craziness going on with the majority of them, right? So that's why with Medicare, I think on the low end with Medicare, now there's some exceptions to this, I'll talk about that in a second, but on the low end, you're probably looking at a 90% persistency rate with Medicare clients. I think on average with a Medicare client, if it's a Medicare supplement, you can probably keep them on for the lifetime value of the client 5 or 6 years. Medicare Advantage, it might even be 4 or 5 years, but potentially if you do good customer service, it might be even longer than that. Right? I believe that the persistency on ACA is far less because you're dealing with a much more unpredictable crowd of people, age demographic. I think younger people, the younger somebody is, the more they have to go through with life, right? Think about it for yourself, right? Even for me, I'm 30 years old. I think about myself from 20 to 29, right? From 20 to 29, I had a lot of changes happen in my life, right? And anytime you have dramatic changes happen in somebody's life, they have to change everything about their life, right? I had health insurance in Utah at age 24. I moved to Florida for a year. I had to get rid of that, pick up a health insurance plan in Florida, right? There's a change right there. You don't get that as much with Medicare business, okay? So I believe, even though there's more compliance with Medicare, even though you have more hoops to jump through with Medicare, even though you have scope of appointments, things like that, I believe if I had to pick, if you could give me a Medicare client and an ACA client, I'd take a Medicare client 10 times out of 10, and this is why. Okay, so ACA, the argument for ACA is the application is easy, right? The application process is easy. There's not nearly as much compliance. You don't have scope of appointments, and all of this is true. ACA is a great opportunity right now, and it's hot. I actually believe they go hand in hand together, and it's probably a good idea to be doing both of them for a majority of you. Now, if you're brand spanking new, you just got your license, it's probably a good idea to pick one, get really good at it, and then add the other one later. Okay, might even be ACA. But with ACA, there's no advancements, right? There's no advancements of commission. So on the whiteboard a second ago when I was drawing that out, if it's a new to Medicare person, someone turning 65, and you write them on a Medicare Advantage plan, and you get 601, right? You're not getting that with ACA. You get that with Medicare. And not only you get that with Medicare, if you're writing someone at 65, 90 to 95% of them are going to stay with you for a long, long, long period of time. Seniors are set in their ways. So another reason why that matters is because they like predictability, they like the same, and they fear change, a majority of them. This bodes well for you as an agent, right? And if you do a great job for somebody, they will happily stick with you for a very long period of time, as they should, because you're a wonderful guy or girl, you know? You just don't get as much predictability with a younger crowd, right? And I do believe the ACA application, even though it's easier, it's certainly much more transactional. So there's not as much of a connection built up with you. I've found with a lot of people that write a lot of ACA, the turnover rate, right, the persistency isn't nearly as good as Medicare. That's okay. You can write probably a lot more ACA apps in a shorter amount of time than you can with Medicare because there's not as much compliance. There's not Medicare numbers. There's not all this stuff. So there's certainly an argument to be had on both. But for me personally, I would rather get a Medicare client because first of all, I think I'm going to make more, especially if they're a true-up, and I'm going to get advanced, which advanced commissions help me scale, right? Advanced commissions help me put that money back into the business quicker, which help me scale the business. Month to month, it takes a little while, right? Because you're just getting it 1 month at a time, right? Which is fine if that's what you're comfortable with, but it hurts in the scaling conversation, okay? And also, I'm probably going to keep that client for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. The ACA client, I might only keep them for 3 or 4. Maybe even 2. Now, I know that there's people that are going to watch this that sell ACA, and they're going to be like, well, I've been doing ACA for a long time, and I keep this client for 10 years, I keep this client for 6 years, however long ACA, the Affordable Care Act's been around, right? I get it. I think that with anything, you do a good job for people and things like that, you're going to be able to keep them for a long period of time because it is a relationship business. But I think if you take a large sample size, and I mean a large sample size, of ACA clients and Medicare clients, you will find that with Medicare clients, they stay on the books longer and easier. The other thing with ACA is there's a lot of changes during open enrollment. Not that there's not changes during Medicare AEP, because there certainly is, but there's a lot of changes that come down from subsidies to plans. I think they're pretty dramatic changes. Usually you're going to have to go through and rewrite everybody, redo everybody's subsidies and everything like that for the upcoming year. I think it's harder to retain them during open enrollment, and I think it's easier to reach a ceiling. With Medicare, you certainly have to do plan reviews and changes, but I don't think the changes are as vast, and I just don't think they can be so different from one year to another. Certainly they can in certain plans, certain markets, but I think as a whole, I think Medicare AEP is easier to retain your business than ACA OEP, right? And we do ACA, so I'm coming from a place of we actually do this, as well as Medicare. Now, Medicare is our primary focus. We're always looking to obtain a Medicare client first and foremost, and that's what our business model is built of, and this is why. I feel like the age demographic is more valuable because it's an age demographic that's going to be willing to stick with you longer for the most part. There's not going to be as much change. I don't think it's going to be as volatile, and this is the reason why. And I like the advanced commissions, let's be honest, right? For all of those reasons, this is why. You have the passive income factor of Medicare. You don't have that nearly as much on the life side or anything like that. PNC, from what I've heard, I don't do PNC, so I'm not even going to comment. But from what I've heard from a lot of people I know that do PNC, it's very competitive. There's lots of agents and things like that, so there's just a different world. Anyway, guys, I'd love to kind of get your opinion on this. Do you agree with me? Do you believe the most valuable client you can get is a Medicare client, or would you rather have a type of client with another type of insurance? I'd love to have a dialogue with you guys about it. It's okay to agree to disagree as long as you're respectful about it. Drop your comments down below in the comment section. Make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. When I say smash, I mean smash! Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps more agents just like you who need to hear our content find it easier. Subscribe so you don't miss a video. Hit the notification bell. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks so much for watching. See you at the top.